Hi, everybody. I know it's been a long time since I've been able to share a video with you, and I actually have been contemplating, if I wanted to share some information about me, but, I feel that, communication and openness is actually the best way to be, because I want you guys to be able to know what's going on and know that, possibly you're not alone. So, the reason why I haven't been posting is recently I did have to be hospitalized for a week, including that now I'm in an outpatient program. So those of you that may or may not know, or even some coworkers, know why I've been out. And, it gave me some food for thought. And knowing I wanted to get back in the swing of things, I'm coming back to work in a couple weeks, along with, this great venture that I'm on right now with my business partners, Nasita and Manny, and to actually make me think about, this could happen to anybody. Really, it can happen to anybody, where they are put out of work because of, mental health issues, which was me, car accident, or even just a, devastating medical condition, a heart attack, cancer, things like that. And I decided to do a little bit of research because, luckily I was able to, I do have disability insurance. It's helping to protect my family, but it's still to get everything rolling with that insurance. It takes some time, and knowing that there's things out there for those that may not have that ability, or to even just think about life in general and the things that you need. So if you think about my welcome video, I kind of touched on some of those things that you need to think about, but I want to throw some stats at you, give you a little bit more food for thought on some, and gives you a little more insight on what me and my business can possibly do for you. So I'm going to share a quick slide with you. So just a moment while I get this shared for us. Okay. I know it looks all jumbled up. There we go. Thank you for your patience. So, I'm going to throw a number at you. 80 million Americans. 80 million. And what this number represents is the amount of Americans that are currently do not have any kind of insurance, and also that is underinsured. Now, of that 80 million, 32 million of them are underinsured, right? So, and what that means is that not having the proper health insurance, not having disability insurance, not having life insurance. And these are all things that you need to protect you and your family in case anything shall happen. Now, think about it. Another part of this, and the puzzle pieces fit together along with thinking about what could happen in the future and preparing for your retirement age. Now, as of right now, only 38 million, currently 38 million, not only, but 38 million of us out here working actually do not have any kind of retirement assets or savings put aside. And that could be a 401k. Or a variation of a 401k, an IRA, Roth, investments. So, the statistic out there is that only a third of them even have maybe a little bit put aside, $1,000 or less. So, of that number. Now, also tying in together is that 62% of Americans currently do not have any kind of life insurance. So that means that if they were to pass away, their family would have to pay for those expenses for after you pass away. Now, depending on what your plans are, that if you want, a full burial and all that comes with it, you're looking between $10,000 to $15,000. And that would be put upon your family to have to, make those arrangements and put together your wishes. So, and another thing you have to think about it is that, not only would it be the expenses of, if for a funeral, but think about if you're the primary income in your household. And it's not necessarily just your primary, because even if you think about if you are the primary caregiver in your family, now the primary income maker would now have to find arrangements to watch kids, take care of the house, things like that. And that it would be a cost that would put upon and put a strain on the family. But most Americans struggle paycheck to paycheck. And just imagine if that income was taken away, how hard it would be to afford everyday living expenses, mortgage, rent, car payments, gas, things like that, utilities, and how much of a struggle that would be for your family. Now, of course, I just mentioned about, hey, you just said that most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And yeah, that is true. But have you ever sat down and truly looked at your budget to find out exactly where you're spending your money? Because you will be very surprised that making some minor changes in your budget will actually open up your ability to afford life insurance and start preparing for retirement. So, food for thought items. Let's say you're a smoker. I know we're not all smokers, but if, let's say, for example, you smoke a pack a day. Well, first of all, you have your life, health impacts that you have with smoking a pack a day. But just financially, let's think about it. So let's say if you were to quit smoking, not only will you have your health benefits, but you're also going to be saving approximately $168 a month. And that's with a guesstimate of around $6 a pack per day. $168 right there for you. Also, let's say, for example, you go to Dunkin', Wawa, or a convenience store, in case anybody's not in a Wawa territory. Starbucks. You spend $4 on a cup of coffee. I overestimate a little bit, but approximately $112 you're spending on just one cup of coffee per day for an entire month. And also, too, a lot of us, I've been guilty of this myself, is buying lunch at work, going out to eat, for lunch. And I'm not even, had added any stats for, how much you spend on eating out. But let's say, for example, you can reduce by packing your lunch to about $2, $3 a month. You could be saving $100 per month. Now, so if I just add up these quick changes that you can add to your budget, it's totaling up about, there's $380 that you are spending on these items, which equal out to $4,500 per year. Now, a lot of times when we're talking about life insurance, that would, the $4,500, that would buy, get you a plan that is well affordable and be enough to take care of you and your family. Now, for those of you that may have, a term life insurance, or if that's the only type of insurance that you've ever heard, one thought you have to have is that when that term expires, the benefits are no longer eligible. So someone buying a term insurance now, my age, I'm 34 years old, if I only buy a 30-year term, it's only good for those 30 years. And I hopefully would expect to live beyond another 30 years in my life. That would put me into the 60s. And I hope that I'm living beyond that. And there's so many different products out there that not only are you have a full life insurance, but also building a cash value to help with our, current school age kids. And for you to be able to afford college without coming out of your own pocket, and it's tax deductible, and it would help reduce their student loan debt when they enter in college. So, so not only are you thinking about this cash value being able to build up for your retirement, along with, being able to buy those, buying a house, putting your kids through college, things like that. This is your way of not having to, stretch your budget thin and live the lifestyle you're living now, but have those protections in place and even a benefit of having that cash value for those types of big purchases. So as you can see, there's a lot to think about and what goes into insurance. It's not just, you know, because I die, this money is going out. No, the benefits of having, you know, let's say, for example, a universal life plan is the ability to build that cash value. So that is currently what, you know, our team will do here for you. Nasita and Manny, you know, we're going to have a great event coming up on January the 14th. It's from noon to 5. You're welcome to stop in during that time frame to learn more about, you know, the business that we have, learn about the products that we offer. And it's a great way to ask you questions to know, hey, what are those next steps in my retirement? How can I prepare for if I were to pass away? Or even if I have, you know, unfortunately, I have an older relative that I'm taking care of, how can I make sure that all of their needs are met? We were able to discuss all of those options with you. So I hope that I can see you at the Newark Senior Center on January the 14th. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can like my page at JP Consulting. Along with, please visit my website at verysimplebudgeting.com. Thank you again, everybody, and have a great night.